Good morning, boys and girls. Today's lesson is about sudo command. So we will be doing a basic security lab in Rocky Linux with the sudo command, how to use it correctly. Basically, this is the objective. Learn how to enhance system security by using sudo to perform administrative tasks without using the root account directly. Pre-requirements, of course, we need the physical or virtual machines with the Rocky Linux and a non-root user account with the sudo privileges. So let's start with the first command, sudo. This stands for super user do. It allows a permitted user to execute a command as a super user or another user as specified by the security in etc sudoers. Step 2, adding a user to a sudo group. Logging in a root or a user with sudo privileges. Create a new user. All right, let's try to do it right now and see if I have the capabilities to do so. So I'm going to the terminal and I will do sudo su and enter. After adding the password, I'm granted with pwd. Who am I? I am the root. All right, so let's do the following. It says that we need to create basically a user. So I lost instructions here. Sudo add user, the command. Oh, now that I remember, we don't really have to access the root. We can do it with any user because we are using the sudo command. So I'm going to log out right now from the terminal. Let me just go there, exit, and let's just paste the command here. Sudo add user, new user, enter. ls, and there is a command to see the users. I think it's etc pass wd. You see it there. The new user has been successfully created. Bottom. Right at the bottom, you will be able to see it. Now let's take a look at the instructions, which I keep losing for some reason. Okay, now to add the new user to a specific group, we are going to use another command. Let's copy and paste this command there. Okay, enter. Let's run the previous command and hopefully in the user mode, it will be in that specific group. But there is another command to validate the group. I need to see if it is in the instructions or there was a command. So I'm going to investigate or try to remember exactly which command is the one that we use to validate to which group the user belongs. So give me just a moment, please, to check that. Right, so the command that we need is groups and then the username, which is new user. This command will tell me to which group the user belongs to. In this case, the name of the group is will. If we use the arrows, we will see that the command that we ran previously, it was sudo add user new user, and then it was, let me just double check here, please. Give me just a second. I don't have it here, but it is in the guide. It is in the guide. Let's just run it again so you are able to see. It's actually this one. I'm going to copy and paste it and run it again. Sudo usermod dash ag capital G will new user. This is basically adding the new user that we have just created to the will group. And if we execute the etc groups, let me see with groups, with group only, you can actually see all of the users that belongs to the different groups. But if you want to see specifically which groups that user belongs to, you run groups and then the name of the user. Okay, let's do it with my name here. Groups, Caesar M server. There is, I am both in wheel and my own groups. So it's a very, very interesting command. Let's continue looking at the sudo capabilities. So let's do the following. Sudo vsudo. Let's run this one to see how it goes. Edit the sudo errors using the vsudo command. So let's do it right now. Okay, very interesting. Let's see where do we need to get here exactly? Ensure that the following line is present and uncommented. The will all. All right, let's look for that specific line. It should be in the users. I'm going to pause the video to look for that, and I will be right back. I found it, and it is actually uncommented, so we should be all good to go. No changes need to be added or done here. Column Q to leave from this. We didn't do any changes because we didn't have to do it. Now let's switch to the new user, sudo dash new user. Let's try to do that. Let's do sudo dash new user. There is a space, I think. Now I think that we need to change the password of this specific user because it is not really working. So I'll do some research with GTP chat right now in order to do so. Okay, how to change the password? How to change the password for a user? How to change the password for a user in Rocky Linux via terminal. So that's basically the way we do it. We ask them because we don't know the commands by memory, all of them. Maybe with practice we will know all of them, but for now, especially when you are beginning in this sudo pass wd and the username. So it is sudo pass wd and then new user. I'm going to use the same password. Okay, so I have some trouble here because okay, I now was able to do it. Sudo space pass wd and then new user, and we have successfully added the correct password. Now we can run the sudo space dash space new user and enter. Let me add the password here. And now, who am I? Who am I? Basically, I am new user. Let's continue with the guide. Okay, now we can run this command to update some packages in this specific user. So we copy and paste the command. I need to add the password again. And there are the packages downloaded at this specific time or moment. You can see all of the different packages successfully downloaded. Amazing. Amazing. Let me just double click and check that. We have successfully downloaded all of the packages. I need to go back there so you can actually see it, but for some reason I'm trying to go there and it's not allowing me to do it. Let's just run another command. Sudo yum install upgrade updates. It's not allowing me to run those commands for some reason. So I'm going to continue with the guide. you saw the packages, right? You saw the packages, but for some reason I'm trying to run the terminal, but I'm not able to go back there to the packages section. It was so fast. Let's continue with the guide, and this is the next command. We're going to install another package. So I'm going to copy and paste it at the terminal. And for some reason, it's not working either. So let me just stop the recording to investigate what is going on right now, because none of the packages that I'm trying to download are working. All right, so it seems that due to the policies with Red Hat, we're not able to download the package right now. So we have to follow some additional steps. So first command is this one that we need to do. It is actually sudo dnf upgrade dash dash refresh. After running that command, we need to do the following, adding another sudo command here. It is dnf config dash manager dash dash set dash enable space crb. That is the next one. Let's go with the other one. So we need to copy this one. It's a website there. And it is sudo dnf install https //dl.fedoraproject.org. And then the rest of the website, you can actually copy and paste it from this meeting or from this recording. You can just type it in a notepad and then copy and paste it in your specific terminal. Let's go with the next one. I might be able to share those instructions with you later. Let me see if I can do it. Maybe I can create a Word document with these instructions so you don't have to run with the pain of trying to copy and paste all those commands. So let's do that. Let me just save this as an additional instructions. Okay, let's go there to the Rocket Linux Bootcamp and let's save it as additional packages, additional packages instructions. All right. I'm going to do a Word and a PDF file so you can have both instructions, both in PDF and in the Word. Now let's continue with the instructions. Right now we need to do the following. We just copy and paste this one. Now that you have a step-by-step Word and PDF guide, you will be able to just copy and paste this from the document that I will be sharing with you later. So let's just copy and paste it here. It's not really working, so maybe there is something wrong that we are doing right now. Let's take a look. Let me just copy everything here to see if there is something I am missing there. Okay, so we need to copy everything, sudo and all of the two websites all together. So you go there in the document and you just copy these two lines at this moment. I think we did the first one already successfully. So now hopefully we will be able to install the package after these updates are downloaded. You see there are some packages being downloaded at this specific moment. We click in yes here and they are successfully installed. Now we paste the last one, which is the package we tried to install previously, but we ran into some issues. We encountered some problems. We have successfully downloaded this new package after these inconveniences. So we're good to go. Let's continue with the guide. Now we run the sudo command. It says we just run the sudo command here. So let's just copy this one in the terminal or type it there. And that's basically it. And sudo nano etc host. Let's go with this one. It is sudo. Okay, let me just go back to that. Control X here. Sudo space nano space /etc/host. Let me just clear the screen and repeat the command. So you type this command in your terminal and click enter. And you can actually see the host, the local host domain information there. Now let's see if there are any changes that we need to do. We don't really have to do any changes. We just need to look at the information and that's it. Let's just do a Control X and continue with the commands. So sudo b sudo is the next one. We are going to look for the following. At this moment, we need to use and find the new user or all user bin h hop. We need to find that specific line or add it to the rule of this new user. So let me see if I can find the user here. Okay, there it is. Since this is VI, it is a little different. I need to search for a guide. I will be right back. Let me just pause the recording for a minute. All right, so I will share a guide on how to use VI because it is a little bit complex. We will learn how to do it in future lessons, but for now, you just have to type escape and then the I letter to add text, escape, and then the I letter. Where it says insert, you finally know you have to go there and copy and paste the text. So let me just go to find the text that we need to copy. By the way, this, I hadn't explained how to add this terminal, but I will explain in a minute how to connect to this terminal and how to add it, because it is very useful and you will need it a lot in your lessons. So copy and paste it here. And then let me just double check in the guide. Give me just a minute here. So you need to actually save the configuration. Give me just a moment to look for that. So you type escape again, and then column, W, W, and Q. So I'm trying to do it right now. It is escape, column, W, and then Q, and enter. And you have successfully saved the information. If we take a look with Nano, which is a little bit easier to use, it will be sudo nano. And then we need to find the specific file that we have been working on. Let me just look for that. Is the etc host, if I'm not mistaken. The sudoers is the sudoers. So it is actually etc sudoers. We do there with Nano. You can actually do it with Nano if it is easier for you. It is there. We have successfully added. By the way, I told you I was going to explain how to connect to the Mobile Stern terminal. You can go to Google and just download the program and install it. It is, with the configurations that we have done, it is actually very easy. You just have to connect to a specific IP address. So let me just go to the virtual machine right now, and I'll show you how to do it. Give me just a moment here. It's taking a little bit of time. Okay, if we go to activities, we will be able to open the terminal here. And you are going to type the following command, IP space address. And this is the IP address that I'm using to connect with the Movaxter terminal. We have previously installed the SSH packages upon the first installation that we completed. So it is no longer required to install those packages. But to connect to this specific address, you go there to the Movax term and you have to configure it as follow. You go there and let me just share with you the settings, the IP address that you need, the remote host, the specific username that you configure, and then the port, which is port 22. Once you have all of that configuration added, you will be able to add your password and have remote access to your virtual machine. So that's basically what I have been doing for the last couple of lessons, for these lessons and the previous one. I need to go back to continue with the guide. We have successfully completed this. Okay, this is another command for monitoring and logging purposes. So let me just copy this command in the terminal and paste it here. And basically you can see all the logs and all the information regarding the logs. This is used mainly working at a network operation center or a specific uh, customer location where you have to monitor devices like Linux devices and monitor networking traffic. So it is very important to use this command for monitoring purposes mainly. How do we end this command? With Control C, we will be able to end the command information being sent. All right, let's continue with this guy. I think this covers about everything that we need to know about the sudo. So let me just explain something important before I let you go. So if I am here and I try to make a directory in the root cd / and then enter, and I type mkdir and then test or new dir test _ new dir, enter. You see, I don't have any permissions to do so because I am not using the sudo command. If I want to create in the root directory that specific directory that we're trying to add, I have to use sudo. So I have to do it with sudo mkdir test _ new directory. Now, if we type ls-l, we will be able to see the directory, new directory there somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just go to the root real quick, cd / and then ls. And there it is. You can see it. Let me just clear the screen and show it to you again. The test new directory is successfully created with the sudo command. Now, if we want to remove it, we just type sudo, then rm dir directory, and then test _ new dir, and there enter. So that's basically it. That's basically everything that you need to know about the sudo command. We have configured the basic configuration of the sudo, and I'll show you a little bit about how to connect with the MovaXterm program. It is actually a free program. You can go to Google and then look for MovaXterm, download the program, install it, and add remote devices to your configuration. So this is everything for today's lessons. Have a great day and a great week, and take care, guys. See you around.